Disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. We are not facilitating the sale of firearms. Greetings, Uverse. Welcome to Gunverse YouTube channel. What's a PCC, you might ask? I'm glad you asked that question. So PCC is an acronym, stands for Pistol Caliber Carbine, and they are very popular, and I'm going to tell you why. Pistol caliber carbines are popular because everybody likes a pistol, but unfortunately, with their short barrels, they are let down in velocity and feet per second. So everybody likes to see what different handgun ammunitions can do with a full length 16-inch barrel. So I have a PCC I'm about to show you in a minute. It happens to be one of my favorites. It's a good entry level PCC. So the only problem with PCCs is the bread it takes to acquire. So a lot of people would rather have, a AR-15 or something, but I really like the pistol caliber carbine. I have some good footage. I'm about to show you how accurate it is. But let's dive into it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, now that I'm switched over to first person view, I can show you what I'm talking about. So this is the PCC we are talking about today. It is a 1095 high point, chambered in 10 millimeter. I have these are 200 grain bear loads in 10 millimeter hollow point or lead round nose. And so let's take you through the 1095. So it is definitely covered in plastic. However, if you take the plastic off, it's all metal underneath. All the reciprocating parts inside are metal. It just has this lovely plastic on the outside for protection, or who knows. But I know it's not much of a looker, but they make these in all different calibers: 9 millimeter, 30 super carry, 45, 10 millimeter, and there's a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head. But let's talk about the features of this pistol caliber carbine. Alright, let's start with features I like. I really like the sights on this PCC. So as you can see, you have a peephole, and then you have a superstructure on top of the peephole to keep it from getting damaged, which I really like. We've got Picatinny rail on top for a red dot, and then we have a fully adjustable front sight post, and there is some Picatinny on bottom, but this barrel got really hot and it's warped a little bit, so probably wouldn't put anything on the front like a flashlight or anything, but I don't know, it's still better than nothing, I guess. So it didn't come with this adjustable vertical grip, but I was able to acquire it very easily, and it's actually more comfortable in this position. So what you get is you get one 10 round magazine. However, they are easily attainable, and I also added this back here. You can hold an additional 2 magazines. They clip in like so. It's not super practical, but it's better than nothing. So get your safety on, off, and the trigger's decent on this, but it's very simple. As you can see, it locks the rear simply just by this round knob fitting into that hole. Not very sophisticated, but it works. And then back here it has this little attempt to moderate the slappage. There's some springs in here that help with the recoil. And then you get this big foam pad right here. It does kind of give you a little slap, but it's nothing. If you hold on tight, it's nothing too oppressive. So now that I've told you the things I like about it, a few things that I'm not too excited about. So this grip just feels not pleasurable to grab. It just feels gross. It's hard to get a good grip on it, in my opinion. And I'm not too excited about this warping right here. It would be nice to be able to mount a Surefire or something like that up there. But I don't know. Oh, and the other thing is taking it apart. You have to take it apart to clean it. I know everybody that has the high point pistols say that you don't have to clean them. You just spray some degreaser in there and then, you know, run it back a few times and then oil it. But that doesn't work with this. So I listened to that advice like a fool. I always take apart all my weapons and clean them and oil them, but I didn't for this because people online said that you don't have to take high points apart. So that's inaccurate information. It wasn't ejecting, so I had to send it out to High Point. They fixed it, sent it back to me, no problem. Same serial number and everything. So thank you for that, High Point. You get a lifetime warranty, which is sweet. So, but now that we've talked about the 1095, let's go out to the zero range, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, how nice this thing is to shoot. All right, so we hit all 9 targets on the pumpkin. We are reloaded. We got some 2-liter, and I turned the pumpkin. Very nice. Let's go check that out. All right, so as you can see, the 1095 is extremely accurate. Hit every single... Wow, look at that. We're just drilling holes over here at Gunverse zero range. So, like I said, extremely accurate, extremely easy to handle. So, let's check the back out. Oh yeah, carnage, nothing but carnage. All right, we're gonna load back up. All right, so we got the 10 millimeter reloaded. We got some new targets. Look at that grouping, folks. That's impressive. Thank you for joining me today on Gunverse YouTube channel, where we talked about PCCs. Well, we talked about a PCC. So hopefully now you know what it is and what they are used for. So we've got a few episodes coming up. We have hand cannons. We have a 20th anniversary. I'll give you a little hint. It's a 20th anniversary of one of my favorite hand cannons, but you'll just have to stick around to find out. And then we have the AK-74 versus AR-15 shootout showdown that we have to complete. As soon as the weather gets better, I will finish that footage. We got almost 2 feet of snow, so I had to get a little creative today on today's episode. So join us next week. I upload once a week, and God bless. We'll see you next time.